Okay, so flashback to my goated creepypastas video. I mentioned briefly that I used to be obsessed with old YouTube horror videos. I don't mean obviously fake ghost sightings. I mean the uncanny valley stuff, where most of these videos were quote unquote art projects, but whatever. I was super invested in these videos, which was at my expense because they also scared the shit out of me more than any of those creepypastas did by a fucking nautical mile, because I knew creepypastas weren't real. But some of these were most definitely made by real people. So today, I'm going to discuss not three, but a lot of these videos. There's a playlist with pretty much all of them, and I'll pick out the best of the best and the most well-known ones. So here we go. First video. Obey the fucking walrus. Now, call back to the creepypasta video again. You might remember I briefly dissed this video. That's because it scared me shitless, and also another reason, but we'll get to that later. There was one night where I had watched a ton of these videos, and I could not sleep for the whole night. I thought fucking Shay St. John was gonna come in my room or some shit. We'll get to her later. But Obey the Walrus was one that really stuck with me. So it opens with a Star Fox character singing some nursery rhyme backwards before we get these really trippy visuals. Now, the next part is easily the most memorable, but I honestly also don't like this video because of it. The rest of the video is really uncanny backwards music while it shows footage of a polio-stricken drag queen tap dancing. I'll inform some of you on some background information. This is a drag queen named Sandy Crisp, also known as the Goddess Bunny, and she does have polio and lived a pretty decent life. This footage is from her documentary. I don't like this video because it's using a person with a terminal illness for some uncanny valley bullshit. It makes me mad, honestly, but as a child, it did its job and made me not want to sleep for a while. Next video, White House. Why you never became a dancer. I have a weird history with this video because when I first saw it, I saw a different version of it without the quote-unquote music, rather some ambient stuff. So one day, I showed someone it in class with the volume at like fucking max, and basically, this is a fan-made music video for a song by a harsh noise band called White House. I don't like this band. I won't get into why here, it's a lot. But keyword, harsh noise. When I clicked on this video in class, everyone's eyes darted over to me. I quickly muted my shit and was so embarrassed. Anyways, the music isn't the weirdest part about the video. It's without a doubt the GIF in the background. This GIF definitely scared me a lot when I first saw this video because, well, look at it. But turns out this GIF is one of those singing AI videos of a Japanese murder victim, which is a bit fucked. But yeah, I'll briefly mention these next two videos because I didn't have much interest in them back then. First up, Possibly in Michigan. This is just a weird music video where a lesbian couple gets stalked and they eat the stalker in a plot twist. It's unnerving at first, but you grow used to it. And then we got the Max Headroom hijack. Basically, this guy in a Max Headroom costume hijacked a TV station and did a ton of weird shit to it. They've never caught him, and it's pretty interesting to research. But I don't like grouping this in with all the other videos because it's not really, it's like its own thing. Next up, we got Found on the Tape. This is an unsolved ARG where they have a bunch of YouTube videos with hidden clues in them and shit. They're all very grainy, off-putting footage of stuff. But something this ARG did that I found really interesting is they used Half-Life maps to further the ARG, which I have never seen before. Like I said, it's unsolved and no way in hell will it ever be solved, which is a shame because this ARG was cool. Next up, I'm not even gonna try to fucking pronounce this. It's a fan-made music video where this really weird puppet sings a Slovakian song. This puppet is named Radofak Placha, and he was from a Czechoslovakian kids show that has since been canceled. But nothing else to this one other than I think the puppet's funny. Next up, this one's a special one for me. Blankroomsoup.avi. I remember seeing this for the first time, and at that point, I was desensitized to these videos to the point where I laughed at some of them. But this one was the first one to genuinely creep me out in a long time. So basically, this guy with his eyes crossed out is eating soup at a table naked while this weird ass mascot walks in and comforts him. The guy starts crying and then a second one comes in and does the same. I was just like, what the fuck seeing this? And there's a popular fan theory about this video saying the guy was kidnapped by the two mascots and forced to eat his wife's remains, which were cooked in a bowl of soup. So that was obviously fake, but let me tell you, I ate that shit up completely. I was in fear of this video because of the fucking theory made me think I was watching a gore video. It's another art project, whoop-de-doo. Also, the mascots are called Ray Ray and they have their own channel. Next video, dining room or there is nothing. I don't like this video. Like, to this day, I feel creeped out watching it. But basically, this clay girl in a burning dining room says some shit backwards in the most off-putting voice ever, and then she puts her face in the bowl. Then, the video reverses, and turns out she's saying, there is nothing. That's my impression of the voice. And then the video ends. This one was definitely up there in terms of weirdness, and something about her voice, dude. It's so... ugh. Okay, I'm gonna discuss two more videos. First up, let's get my personal favorite out of the way. Shay St. John. This is a collection of a lot of videos, but it centers around this character named Shay St. John, who is a human covered in mannequin parts. The two most famous videos of her are Street Walking and Hand Thing. Street Walking was my introduction to her, and it's just her walking around the neighborhood. Imagine mowing your lawn and seeing this shit walking down the street. Hand Thing is much more popular, and basically Shay and this other mannequin character just clap and do the hand thing, whatever that is. They turn it into a competition of some sorts, and that's the whole video. The videos have this really weird tone to them, but I really like them because they're just supposed to be weird, fucked up videos that are also made with comedic intent. Once you get used to them, you will start to actually find them kind of funny, I guess. I became obsessed with this character for a while. It's just a weird niche thing that piqued my curiosity. And she also has lore to her. She was like a fucking, like model, and then she got into a car crash and had to rebuild herself with mannequin parts. That's the actual lore behind her, by the way. Now, the final video. Arguably the most famous old YouTube horror video. I Feel Fantastic. You can't discuss this stuff without talking about this video. This is a music video for a robot named Tara who is singing her song I Feel Fantastic. The music sucks, and it adds to the weird factor. At one point it cuts to her sitting down in a random shot of a backyard. People thought this was the work of a serial killer or some dumb shit, but it's just a guy recording his singing robot because he thought it was cool. So I'll leave it at that. I'm going to make a part 2 to this because there are way more videos I was unable to discuss. Good talk.